Hey guys, I'm Supernova Sims, you can call me Nova, and welcome to another save file video here on the channel. First of all, I want to say thank you guys so much for 100 subscribers and for the lovely comments that you guys left on my previous video talking about this save file. I am glad you guys are enjoying the ideas that I'm having for this save, and I can't wait to share some of the gameplay that I've been planning for a while now. And today we're actually gonna continue working on that save file and placing the families and doing all the final touches. So right now we're here with a new family. This is the Flores family. We have Olivia here on the swings, and someone just spent like 35 simoleons, so I'm gonna pause it again. So today I'm here with another family. This is the Flores family, and I still have a lot to do with them. They're not all supposed to live in this place, but I have them all in here for now. But before that, I actually want to explain a little bit more of what I'm planning on doing today. So I have a few plans for businesses that I want to include in this save file. I really want to explore more of the businesses and hobbies expansion pack because I didn't play with it as much as I wanted yet, and I want to try some different ideas. So I have a few families and a few lots already that I'm gonna show today. So yeah, today more so than just placing the families, I actually want to set up their businesses, because if we go inside, the only one of our little apartments are furnished right now. It actually came furnished. I forgot who created this, but it's called Casita del Amor, I think. I'm gonna put the name of the creator on the gallery on the screen. Basically, my plan is to turn one of these into a little bookstore. I'm gonna see how things go today, but that was my idea. I was thinking of making the middle part the business, but now that I look at it, it is pretty small, so I might do this one as the bookstore and the middle one as another apartment, I think. And what are they doing? Are they just sleeping? I thought they were doing something else. But anyways, actually only Olivia and Emilia are supposed to live here, and they're the ones who are gonna run the bookstore together. I'm sorry if my energy is a little bit off today. I've actually been sick the whole week. I was actually gonna play with the Caliente sisters today. I even posted like a little picture of them here on the channel and on my Tumblr, and the two of them actually live in this house right here, which I've done as well. But I just feel like if you're gonna play with the Caliente sisters, kind of need to match their freak, and I just don't have the energy for that today. This is gonna be like a half build, half lore, half save file developing video. I don't know. We'll see how things go. Okay, so now we're at the speed part of the video because it took me way too long to figure everything out. But I decided to do the bookstore in the pink part because it had a little bit more space. Otherwise, it would be super cramped. And I should clarify that this is supposed to be a small bookstore, like local neighborhood bookstore. And initially I was even going with the idea that this was gonna be like an used books bookstore. We have a lot of that near where I live. But yeah, I decided to make it just a regular bookstore, but keep some of those small bookstore vibes, which is why I'm putting this selling table outside with a bunch of books stacked on it. This is something that I see a lot here too. These aren't actually sellable because I'm not putting the objects in the selling table or in the selling surfaces from business and hobbies, so this is purely for decoration and for setting the vibes. I'm gonna do the books which you can actually buy inside, which is also interesting because I had this idea of making the bookstore, and then after I already had everything kind of ready to go, I started thinking of the logistics of it and the gameplay of it, because I didn't really know how to sell books in a business. I did figure something out, and I'm gonna show you guys when we actually go inside the store. So for now, this is just for the vibes. But yeah, I didn't really go too into this family like I did in my other video. And I mean, I am gonna play with this family when I do my gameplay here on the channel. This is a bit of a spoiler, but if you guys are interested in seeing how the whole bookstore thing works, I am gonna play it here on the channel. We're gonna figure out if it does work, and if it doesn't, this can just stay for the aesthetic. And now we're going to the inside, which was very hard. I actually had to stop one day and then come back the next day because I was kind of struggling, because I wanted to have that kind of cozy, family store aesthetic, but also I didn't want to clutter it too much because you know it would be annoying for the gameplay and for the routing. So I kind of kept it very simple at the end, even though it took me so long to get there. But honestly, now looking back at this footage, I can totally understand why it took me so long, because I just spent like 10 minutes looking for a table to use as a front desk, even though you don't need a front desk for a small business. I just wanted it for the aesthetic again. So yeah, this is why I always spend so long decorating, because I just get fixated on certain ideas and I want to find the perfect one, even though it's a little bit hard. But yeah, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. And yeah, I actually went with this table that came with the pack. I spent 10 minutes looking through every single CC item that I had, only to go with an item that came with the expansion pack. That's my routine. That's what I do every time. And it's funny because last video I talked about how I lost all my CC from my previous PC, my previous computer. And I did, but I already downloaded so much that it's become overwhelming again. But it's mostly built and buy. That's the issue, because with Creative Sim CC, I have such a easy time going through it and deleting what I don't want. But with build and buy, oh my god, I just can't find a system that works, so I just keep getting more and more and not deleting the ones that I don't want. It's a problem. I have a CC problem, because why do I already have more CC than I used to have before I lost everything? I don't know. But I actually got some bookstore CC, which is this little shelf that I put on the table, which I think is so cute. I actually don't regret getting more CC in this case. I'm gonna put the link in the description to the main CC that I can remember that I use. This one I know it's called the Bookstore, I think Bookstore pack, but I don't remember the creator. It's a creator that I never got anything from before, but I thought it was so cute, the little books and the little design that they made for the books. I just love it. We actually just saw, I think, the name there, but it went too fast for me to read. And I decided to put this little corner with like children's books. And I think those are both in-game items. Maybe not. It reaches a point where I can't even remember what's Max's content and what's actual CC. But this bookcase, I know it's from the same bookstore pack. I'm actually really curious to test out this bookstore business, because I'm wondering if we go into a bookstore and we purchase a book in the bookcase, does that money go to the business? But I don't think it's gonna work the other way around, because if we are running the business, I don't think Sims will come and buy books from the bookcase, because that's not an autonomous interaction. You have to click and choose the book. I've never seen a sim go into the bookcase and just grab a random book anyways. So yeah, I think that doesn't really make any sense that it would work that way. So actually what I'm doing, I'm gonna start doing it, I think, pretty soon. But what I thought was that if we buy the books and we place them in the selling surfaces, then we can actually sell the books. And I love that I'm saying that as if I'm the first one that figured this out. Probably a lot of people have done bookstores by now, But I was figuring it out by myself. And as you can see, oh my god, I made like a mess in the store because I went to the debug menu because it is easier to get the books from there instead of just purchasing them on the bookcase. At least I thought it was, and then I did this mess. So maybe maybe it was easier to go to the bookstore. And another thing was that I wanted to stack them in the table so we can put more books, but it doesn't work. Every time you put the book on the selling surface, they go up this way. So yeah, it's not gonna be very profitable, I don't think. But there are a few books. I found like books worth 2,000 simoleons on the debug item. I don't know if that's normal, but it wasn't CC, so yeah, it was Max's content. So I'm not selling all of those types of books. I'm putting kind of a mix of cheap books and more expensive books, and we will see if it's a good profit or not. Oh, and I didn't even mention it, but these blue shelf things, they are actually CC, which makes it so you can sell items in any surface. So you just need to grab a table and put this little shelf, this little blue shelf, and everything that you put there, it's gonna work for the small business, because in the small business thing you can only use certain tables that come with the pack, and those tables don't really match the aesthetic that I was going for. So I got this. I actually already had this mod before. I'm gonna put the name and the link in the description as well so that you guys can get it. It's very helpful, which just being able to make any single type of table or desk into a selling surface. Not even, it doesn't even need to be a table or a desk. As you guys can see in the back, we have this little trolley thing, and I put those selling surfaces on them, so if Sims want, they can go and grab those books and buy them as well. So yeah, I think this mod is super cool. It gives us so much more freedom when making stores. So yeah, I'm actually getting really excited to do the store now. I really want to know if this works well or not. I might do a playtest before I do the gameplay because, you know, sometimes things go so wrong and it's kind of hard to to continue the gameplay. But yeah, I'm getting excited about it now that I'm looking back at it. But as I've said, I am trying to make the layout kind of more simple. I'm actually gonna delete those bookcases I just did because I just thought of the space and the Sims trying to go into those spaces to grab the books is gonna be a really big mess. And I'm still wondering if I should make it so this works solely as a bookstore, so Sims can come in and purchase books and then leave, or if we should make it also kind of a library setting where Sims can just come in and read. But then I would have to add that little kiosk item so that they would pay for the time they spend there. That's probably the better way to go when it comes to making money, because I don't think we're gonna make that much money just from selling the books, unfortunately. But we're gonna see how it goes. I think I'm gonna start just as a bookstore and see how things go, because it doesn't make a lot of sense that you would come in here and read the books for free. Like, what's the point of buying the books if you can just come in and read them, all of them? I guess that kind of applies to real life as well. We can just go to a library and read the book and we still buy them. Of course, then not every library has every book. But anyways, I'm rambling. I decided to put a few posters up, and I thought it would be cute to imagine these are book posters or book covers, and they just printed them and put them around the store. And that yellow one is like my favorite. But now we're actually moving on to the second floor, which is also going to be a part of the store, but it's more of a chill space or a reading space, which is why I was also wondering if we could make it like kind of a library setting instead of just a bookstore in the business. I'm gonna think about it, but my main idea for this space was that we could have like book club meetings. I'm actually not sure if we can have actual club gatherings, you know, from the get together pack in a small business. I mean, we can have the gatherings in a residential lot, but can we have them while the business is open? That's what I'm not sure. I have a feeling that no, we can't, because that's just something that I feel like EA would do, and it's kind of something that I come to expect at this point. But I'm gonna test it out. Oh, we could also do like book signings and we invite different authors to kind of talk about the books. I know we can't actually have book signings as a gameplay thing, but we can always make believe and just invite an author sim and then have like a little book club meeting, but with an author talking about the book. That would be fun. Yeah, I'm getting excited as I've said. And oh, we're almost done. I'm only gonna put a little bit, I think, of seating, maybe some couches. I don't remember. I did this earlier today and I already forgot what I did. But I'm gonna jump back in the game soon and show you guys the finished thing, and also show you guys the apartment that I did, because I also decorated the other Sims apartment, which was empty, the middle one. But I did that off camera because, as I've said, it took me so long to do this one. You can imagine how long it took me to do an actual full apartment. Yeah. But yeah, I'm actually using a lot of the Book Nook kit in this build, which I think is appropriate for a bookstore. But I really like those items, I can't even lie. I hate praising kits, but I do like the Book Nook one. It's probably one of my favorites, I think. But yeah, I'm gonna jump back in the game and give you guys a proper tour of the whole thing, and maybe talk a little bit more about the family and my plans for them and how we're gonna do this gameplay. Okay, we're back in the game. It finally stopped raining in Cidade Namorada. Ever since I started filming here, it's been raining non-stop. But yeah, I'm gonna show you guys what I did and talk a little bit more about the family. As you guys can see, we only have two Sims now. We have Emilia and we have Olivia, and they are sad because I just killed one of the Sims that was here. He was supposed to be deceased for a very long time now. But yeah, this is Fernando Flores' urn. Actually, I'm gonna try to change this urn. I don't like this one as much. I think this one is cute. This one is cute. I'm gonna keep this one, I think. Or maybe this one. Yeah, I think this one looks a little bit more casual. But why does it have like a horseshoe thing? Is this like a horse urn? I actually don't know. I'm gonna keep this one for now. I think it fits the aesthetic more, but yeah, everyone is sad because I just cheated his death. But in the story, he had passed away when Olivia was a teenager and she is a young adult now. And we actually have the Green Reaper here because, again, I just killed him. But basically the story with the Flores family is that Fernando was the one who actually ran the bookstore. You know, between him and Emilia, he was the one who really loved books and who really wanted to open. Oh, this is too sad. I can't watch this right now. Let's go back here. But Olivia is actually very similar to her dad. She is a bookworm as well. So she is helping run the bookstore and she loves it just like her dad. So I don't think the bookstore is going anywhere. But I do have a lot of plans for the two of them. And Emilia does have another daughter, which you guys saw in the beginning. But yeah, Liliana Flores, she is actually engaged to Harrison. So we're also gonna see the two of them a lot in the gameplay. And going into the store, I actually forgot that I need to change the swatch of the little selling surface, because otherwise you're gonna be able to see this little blue thing. But you just need to change it on the build and buy mode. So yeah, now it just looks normal. I can recommend this mod enough. I love it. But yeah, this is what the store looks right now. I should preface this by saying I'm not a build and buy girly. I'm not an interior decorating girly. I am mostly a creative sim and a gameplay girly. So please don't judge my decorating skills too much. I know it looks a little bit empty, but I would like to fill it up more through gameplay, maybe putting some more stuff around the walls. But this is the final look. Yeah, I really wanted it to be kind of more warm and cozy, but also, you know, bright, because it is a bookstore at the end of the day. I really do love these items. I think I can look and see the name right now. In the catalog, it says this is by Lustrousims plus Simlish fears. But yeah, I am gonna link it in the description below so you guys can also get the items if you want to. And I was very curious about this one actually, because I don't remember if it's a in-game item. No, this is by Sixum CC from the Boho Baby CC pack. This is definitely like a mixture of, you know, vanilla game and CC, which is how I play at all times basically. We also have a little bathroom here, but I didn't really do anything. I just copied the bathroom from the other house, which already came furnished. And maybe it doesn't make that much sense to have a bathroom in a bookstore, but for Sims purposes it does make sense, because I have had Sims pee themselves on businesses so much. I don't know why, but they always come and pee themselves if you don't have a bathroom available to the public. So this is important. And upstairs it's just the same as you guys saw in the video. Very simple, a lot of space, because I just want the routing to be easy and to not have any issues. And speaking of routing issues, this is the second house that I've decorated, which is a little bit more cramped just because of the size, but I actually like that it's smaller. I've been playing a lot in bigger houses lately. But yeah, it's very simple, it's very white, but with a lot of colorful little pops here and there. I spent a lot of time doing this kitchen, which is kind of messy, but I thought it was realistic, at least to my experience, to have kind of a messy kitchen and a messy house where things don't necessarily match all the time, because you kind of have one item that, you know, is from a family member, and then something that you bought, and then a hand-me-down, and not everything is gonna look like it came from the same IKEA set, I guess, because we don't even have IKEA where I live. We have very expensive furniture stores, so I think a lot of us have mostly hand-me-downs. So yeah, just a very small space where we kind of have everything we need. The only thing is we don't really have a living room. I didn't even mention it, but this one is meant to be the daughter's apartment, so Olivia lives here and Emilia lives in the bigger one. I like to imagine that she just comes to her mom's when she feels like it to watch TV. I mean, they are mother and daughter, so I don't think there's an issue with that. The bathroom is also just very simple. I love this little crochet thing. I don't know what would you call this in English. This is from a Brazilian inspired pack, and I feel like everyone has had one of those. And then upstairs we have Grim playing games on her computer. What is he playing? Oh, he's playing My Sims. Okay, we're gonna pretend this never happened once we go into the gameplay. But yeah, again, very simple. I didn't really want to decorate too much right now, because I like to decorate as we play and add more stuff like in the walls and some more pictures. But I gave Olivia an office because she does want to write. She wants to become a writer, so she needs a little computer and her own space. And her living room is actually quite dark, because we only have this lamp. I just noticed. Maybe I'll change that later, but it actually looks very cozy. I'm someone who likes low lights most of the time. Again, very simple, very clean, but I think this fits her vibe and aesthetic really well. Oh, and Emilia is gonna come here to cry, isn't she? No, she's just gonna come here to sleep. Okay, this is not your bed, but oh, and I love this dresser. I don't remember who is it from. I would love to have a dresser like this in real life. It's so pretty. This one is by Simlish, the Enchanted Dreams dresser. They are probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite, CC creator as well. Everything they do is so pretty. I think this is supposed to be like a children's set because we also have the little changing station, but I love it too. I was planning on showing you guys some of the other places and businesses that I've been making in this video, but it actually took me longer than I thought to decorate everything and to talk to you guys, so I'm gonna do this in 2 parts. So next video I'm probably gonna do a different business and more decorating. Again, I'm not really a decorating girly, but I do enjoy making my own lots and making things look the way I want them to look, so definitely more of that coming soon. Oh look, and Olivia looks so pretty even when she's sad, but it's making me sad to look at her. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this mess of a video, and I would love to hear what you guys think. If you guys have any ideas for businesses that I can make, because I actually have one extra lot which I don't know what to do with yet. So yeah, ideas are very, very welcome. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.